All right, what's going on? Weekly meeting screen share, April the 30th. Listen, Bitcoin likes to run to the very end of the triangles. Very end. When you have a move like this, totally scammy, that jump start market maker, right? They move the markets for a reason, and they completely stopped everybody out. And so in my mind, that tells me, all right, they stopped out all the longs so that the longs go back into the liquidity pool for a move up here, right? And so that's why I had this pattern printed as a bull pennant, because you had a bear trap, bears, potentially going long, potentially, and then here we are. Now, will it break this resistance? We'll see. But you got this cup and handle, right? That's a very good reversal pattern. We'll get to a point and we'll be laughing about cup season because there'll be cup and handles everywhere. Like when I told you guys this is going to get ridiculously easy, I'm serious. Like you won't even believe it. Where was that post at? Let me see. Weekly and monthly candles closed today. Okay, so this is about to get so easy you won't even believe it's real. Like about 90% of the setups that we post in announcements play out. Maybe higher. Like it gets ridiculously easy. Altcoin season takes off. Altcoins take off like ridiculous. If Bitcoin does 100% gains or 200% gains, then altcoins do, 3-4x. They always outpace Bitcoin. There's a bunch of new money that's going to come in. This is the flow, and it's just like every cycle. This is the same thing. Here we are again. Joe, Trip, here we are again. Same thing happening. All the new money is going to come in. Everybody's going to start talking about Bitcoin. Did you see what Bitcoin's doing? You'll have people call you. Hey, how do I get into that Bitcoin? Well, you know what? That's when you start to think about taking profits. But the most important part is when everybody's super bullish and ready to buy, like a lot of times you want to do the opposite of what everybody else is talking about. So when everybody talks about Bitcoin and greed super heavy and high, then that's a signal for me to start taking potential like piece profit, take a little bit of profit and keep locking it in. And then on the pullback, rebuy. So the new money is going to come in. They're not going to sell. They're just going to ride the coins. They're going to come in. They're going to be like, yeah, we need a diamond hand. We need to diamond hand these coins, like showing strength. And the diamond handers got wrecked, right? And some of you guys might have been diamond handers, and that's okay. It's okay. You have to learn the hard way the first time. Like I can tell you that the fire is hot 20 times, but there's a point where until you feel the fire is hot, you're not going to learn. And so experience, and you could watch 20,000 videos, and experience is the best teacher. And it takes time. There's a learning curve here, and that's all there is to it, right? And so always understand that I'm going to do my best to guide you and tell you there's a lot of situations, but those situations have exceptions, like bull and bear traps, right? You do one thing, but then when you see the bears get trapped, they get punished. And I'll show you in just a second on the last bull trap that was printed. So new money always gets wrecked. They don't have any skill set, anything, all the stuff that you're learning. Trust me, like not only will it pay for itself, it will pay for everything you want in life. But remember, money only fixes money problems, right? So don't try to find balance and make sure surround yourself with good people, because the sharks will come out when you get a bunch of money. This cycle just repeats, life-changing money, because you take profits and you guys take profits, you pay yourself, You jump into the coins where the profit is flowing. We're real good at finding the hot coins, right? And the way it works in crypto is people come in to the market and they're gonna, if Doge is pumping, they're gonna buy SHIB and then Floki and then Dogelon, and they're gonna buy the meme coins, right? Meme coin season. And I don't care how much you hate them, you make money off of them. You don't hate them, don't date them, just trade them. You understand me? Just make 99% of these coins are complete garbage and they will never do anything, and it's a bunch of crap. And it's taken me 6 years to figure out, you know, I used to be like, why are they calling these S coins? This is this new innovation. Well, no, everybody's coming in for these quick cash grabs, and then they get paid in coins and they're just going to dump on everybody's head. And this is 99% just garbage. So if you look for projects that project themselves as being very, if they're good at marketing, understand the hype game. If I can post enough posts to make a marketing proposal or idea to you guys, then marketing team's done a good job with their website, with their news. They have news spread out, like those, the coins with news, and we're going to have a bunch stacked at the end of the quarter. All right. And so that news, you're going to get news run-ups. Now, Bitcoin has to act right. We were in an SXP midterm hold last season or season before last, and we got 250% gains out of a SXP midterm hold. And there was some news about 2 weeks away, and Bitcoin's about to dump. And I'm like, you guys, like, news, it becomes meaningless because Bitcoin runs the show. And people still held, and they gave back all their profits. And so, number one, Bitcoin has to act right. Number two, the news, coins with news give you the highest win rate by far. If you're new, stay with those coins. Our new app has an easy way to find news. And we're working on it diligently. The admins have access to it, so you're finding, and we're trying to share it with you, right? But you go into news is regular news, right? And you'll have search words where you can search for words. This app is, I've worked very hard over the past 6 years to build a reputation where I'm a straight shooter. Like, here's what it's like. You know, all the 90 emails I get offering to pay me thousands and thousands of dollars. FTX Exchange offered me 20 grand. And I said no, because I liked what we have going on with KuCoin. I use Ledger hardware wallets. I have a handful, make sure, get some Ledger hardware wallets, you know, but these coins are so scammy. Okay, tangent over with. So these events, you can see a lot of times, like AMA, Twitter Spaces, not really important, right? So we'll go to the second quarter. And again, you can go through, okay, look, LDO has a mainnet upgrade on the first. So you want to look ahead, right? But you can go through here and you can search all the noise. And so I talked to you guys about DSLA testnet launch June 13th. Always go to the Telegram of DSLA and hit one of the mods up and say, are you guys on pace with that? Treat this like a business, right? You go to work and you're in any career and you're following up with these leads and you're making sure they're on time, right? And so you can go through the different events. I'm not even sure what coin this is, but humans.ai. I'm scared to click on it. Anyways, they say there's a mainnet. I haven't heard of it. Okay, also, let me just here. When I say scared to click on it, I'm just talking about this will end up on YouTube, and I just want to make sure everything's good for that. So they're trying to take you into a Telegram for that token. Okay, anyways, so Zcash, they're looking for a May 31st full set of products that'll resolve Zcash wallet performance. On the app over here, in this, you just use the arrow. Okay, and then go back home. We've got a screener in the app. You can go to KuCoin. You want to see everything under 10 million. Those coins are going to move good. And you can search by RSI. You want to find all the AI coins, or you want to find anything. It's here. Like everything is here. I'm not going to release this until it's very close to perfect. So I'm super excited about this, but I don't put my name behind something unless it is life-changing and will create life-changing money for you guys. And so just, it's tough when I get hit up with 20 DMs like, when's the app coming out? When's the app coming out? I'll keep you guys updated. But this gives you a way, like you can see the top gainers on the daily chart, right? It shows you, you can just come up to their, let's look at this one. KuCoins, NFTs, game. And the main thing I'm looking at is I want AI, gaming. I want what's hot, NFTs. Amazon's about to open up Amazon's NFTs. Gaming. So I can search for what's hot real quick right here. Okay. And so I can also see basic patterns like JUV. I can see that, okay, we've got this downtrend. It broke up, and now there's probably you see this is going to be a falling wedge. And so I'm going to go to JUV USDT. Type. Well, guess what? We're a little bit late to the party. Yeah. So that's how easy it is, right? You can scan the setups quickly. But remember, you have the ability, there's these text files, and you basically go up and you import a new text file full of all the KuCoin coins, right? And then you go into the KuCoin coins, and right now I can just left click. I can scan all the KuCoin coins. And I mean, you just see this stuff quickly. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? As soon as that broke, took off, right? So that helps you. Like, this thing is getting just destroyed. Like, it might be, you got to check the market cap, right? So then go to coin market cap, because if you're trying to put $10,000 in this coin and you go to coin market cap and you pull up CMP, CMP, and it's got, okay, so this is red flag. It's got 5,400 coins, only 2 million in circulation. So this is going to pump crazy if it's posted, but then the team is sitting here holding all the coins for whatever reason. So this looks like they just want to dump on everybody's head, right? You can go to the website. I mean, there could be viable reasons either way, but that's kind of a red flag for me, right? But I'm not trying to hold this coin. I'm trying to trade it. So I don't really care, right? I'm in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, make your few $1,000s a week, you know, $1,000 a week off these KuCoin setups, and then keep storing that, you know, saving that money. We've got the next year and a half of bull run ready. There's going to be downturns. There's going to be swings to the downside. There's going to be pullbacks. RNDR, Trip posted this initially. This is not even, it was posted on April 6th. And one thing that's important is he gave plan A if this breaks higher, or plan B. It's kind of like you go on the field, you're playing football, you're in the NFL, you're trading against the elite. If it breaks down, short it. If you're not shorting coins, just sit out, find another coin. If it breaks higher, then you go long, right? Plan A, plan B. It's a no-brainer. There doesn't have to be one plan. Now, if this has been very strong, this is a huge cup and handle. If this thing were to pull back, that's your best entry. FKX, I posted it as a gem pick, and it took off and almost hit the measured move. And so it was up 40%. Maybe it was up a little bit initially. A lot of these coins, I don't know. I promise you, I feel like my house is bugged. Because some of these coins, well, and maybe they're just perfect patterns that are about to break out anyway. But, and I have a group of Twitter folks that shoot me setups constantly. Look at this, look at this, look at this. And you guys, look at this, look at this, look at this. If something gets posted in group, it's going to start taking off. Well, if I spend 3 hours, 2 hours on a video, like I made that one, was it Labs? Okay, so Labs. I said Labs, it's going to take off. Going to take off. And it was moving. It was just like kind of lackluster. So okay, I'm making a YouTube video, like out of nowhere, in middle of the morning, maybe early afternoon. I'm like, here we go, YouTube video, and get thousands of people out there. And so just know that these gem picks are to help you, smaller bag people, which is where I started from. I started buying $50 and $100 worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I just saw them and they just did nothing. And then my first altcoin trade was on Bittrex. Bittrex used to be like Binance or first it was Poloniex was the big exchange to be on. Then it was Bittrex, right? And then it was Binance. Binance came out and everybody went to Binance. And I was a leery. They were in China at that point. Everyone was leery about that. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to send money to China. And anyways, Binance ends up moving, right, to Maldives. And then KuCoin comes out. And I'm like, hey, let's try KuCoin. And I literally sent, at that time, for me, $500. That was not a big sum of money, but it was a chunk. Right. And so I sent $500 over there. And then 2 weeks later, I doubled my money. And I'm like, what? A KuCoin. Okay, let's try this. And that's just how it plays out. And so we're going through the exchange Hoop Jumpers Anonymous, right? Always know that we will find a way to trade these coins. Right now, we've got phenomenal trading on KuCoin, but MEXC is going to be good for leverage traders. They just have a lot more options. It's real easy to, you can have one, you can have a long and a short open really easy at the same time. And so you can like hedge your trades. They've got 260 altcoins that you can trade with leverage. The key is use, I'm going to post the link in announcements. Use the link because I can negotiate for better everything. Like I was at the grocery store last night and it was like a $9,000 giveaway and it was broken up. So everybody was getting a pretty decent chunk based on a small user base. And so I can negotiate for these lower prices. The trading price gets cut in half if you use the link and we have enough volume. And so strength in numbers, right? And so I'll post that. So Max talked about Chain GPT. So I don't know if you saw the YouTube video yesterday where Rob posted that. Okay. Rob's really good. He's a lot of these coins, there's no way I could possibly keep up with all of them, but there's a crypto GPT and a chain GPT. Anyways, Rob posted it for 180% profits, huge profits. Make sure and watch. There's a list, and I'll repost that as well in announcements. There's a list of people that are up 50x, 100x, 200x, one guy 400x. I recruited the strongest traders into the group. They're posting a lot of the setups. Now, if Bitcoin is going, when Bitcoin's going sideways and it's bullish stature on the weekends, we get good trading on KuCoin. But it's amazing to have such a strong team, which we haven't in the past. We've not had this. And I've got constant updates. You can use Tripp's charts, go to Bitcoin only, or it'll be posted in announcements. You can use his charts. You have to use Bitcoin to know when to open your trades. If Bitcoin's about to bounce or break out of a small lower time frame pattern, like you can kill it on your entries. So have your altcoin on one screen and Bitcoin on the other. I've got a video on doing how to use Bitcoin to have a super high success rate trading your altcoins, right? A lot of this is already laid out for you. Joe Money Hunter, what's up, dude? Money Hunter hits me up. Yeah, keep sending me those DMs, man. Those help. Joe is great. Joe is a good friend. I moved Joe from Texas, and I don't know if it's going to rain today, but we got some houses to look at over by the coast, and I'm going to see about a little upgrade. I'd like to move more of the company here, and we're working on a lot of big things, right? Like, we've got a leverage trading group that is doing very well, but needs to be polished. And I need to have 2 or 3 posters that are posting the best setups, not 20 that are posting all the winners, right? I want to get a good business plan in place on how, because yeah, they're showing all their winnings and they're making a ton of money. It's very common to trade with small amounts when you're trading with leverage. And when you make 1,000% on $50, you make $500. So that's a strategy that's used. Like, there's so much right now in development, it's blows my mind. We've got like the app is going to be killer when it's done. It's just going to be one-stop shop to freaking find in the bangers. And ultimately, I'll be, and Trip as well, we'll be posting, we'll go back to this real quick. This is going to get so easy, right? 90% of our setups are going to play out like crazy, right? You got all these new people that are going to come into crypto, right? This cycle just constantly repeats and repeats and repeats. And let's say this is not the ultimate bull cycle, which it's probably not. That's going to take place on, you know, if it happens every 4 years, you know, we've got some time, year and a half. But you got to build your bags up now so that you have a ton of money to, I want you guys have got to retire. And this is the biggest financial opportunity of your lifetime. There's going to be a bunch of new, just think about it when you were new. Like you're on, well, used to be Facebook. People are on Facebook like, what do I buy? What do I buy? You know, and now it's Twitter, I guess. What do I buy? What do I buy? And they don't know when to sell. They don't know when to take profits. This is why I posted this. I had somebody hit me up and they said, do you think this is going to turn around? I'm holding this. And he was up, you know, he was like, man, I kind of want to quit because I should have known better than to hold this. Well, if you don't hear it 100 times, you're not going to know. Whenever you have a high, as soon as you saw this, so you have your high, this is technically a low, and this is a lower highs. This would have been a sell signal. And this wick up here, this would have been a sell signal. But then you would have rebought on the double bottom. You see that? You see, because you got your W pattern, right? So you would have rebought on the W, on the bottom of the W, right? And then you would have played this range. But as soon as this is a lower high than this, sell signal. Sell, because your next high, because your next low is going to be a lower low. And this is going to be a giant falling wedge. So when you see a lower high or lower low, 95% of the time, you're headed lower. Sell, take profits. Let me go back to this Bitcoin bull trap real quick. Need a good zoomed out version. This is just good to talk about real quick. Understand, shout out to Trip, this is his chart. So understand that all this, you've got buyers, 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 buyers broke and lost this support level. Previous support is now resistance. So the old floor is now the ceiling. Bitcoin, you want to see 31,500, you want to see 33,000, 35,000, 37,000, 40,000, maybe higher. You've got to break 30,000. If that doesn't happen, you could come back down here to test 20,000. Okay. That just needs to be known. But on these bull traps, and this is it, right? Okay, so Bitcoin 2-hour chart. Let's see. Okay, understand that most major price reversals, write this down. I want most, like 95% of all major price reversals in crypto are fake outs, right? And so everybody's trained to buy because you got your high right here. And then you put in a higher high. Well, everybody's trained to buy a breakout above this level. You broke out above 30,000 and above resistance. Everybody's buying here. Well, when it comes back down, it didn't even retest this level. It lost this level and then just rolled over. Came back up, and you see how it put in a, so here's your, let's just say, here's your low, here's your high, here's your low. What is this? Anyone? Lower high. Soon as you get that lower high, get out of there. Sell. Comes down, puts in a double bottom, buy. Double bottom at support. There's a falling wedge in there. These falling wedges, this is so simple. These falling wedges, you're gonna get double bottoms on most of them, or sometimes cup and handles, right? And so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, right? Double bottoms at the end of falling wedges lead to a lot of upside. And that's where I pulled a bunch of the setups that I was posting. If you look at Labs was one of those where it was just running out of room. I like, listen, most of my trades are falling wedges on large cap coins, right? I can't trade. For me, to spend an hour trying to make a couple $1,000, it's not worth my time, right? I want to make 20, 30 grand and just be done. I don't need to trade like I used to. I don't need to. I've got a Bitcoin halving trading strategy and Litecoin halving trading strategy that I'm going to share with you, that I'm going to implement. And I'm looking for 60 to 70, and I'm going to go big. I'm looking for 60 to 70% gains. I'd be happy with 50, but I'm going to go big, and I'll share it with you. And it's something I can look at and show you real quick. Hey, Chris, that the meme coin sector is ignoring Bitcoin. That's right now. I'm just looking at your comment. Sorry. I need, looking for having. All right, Litecoin's halving is in July, right? But I'll show you what Bitcoin did last time. Well, this is actually the time before last. There's a ton of tether on the sidelines right now, sitting, waiting, ready to jump in. Okay. So you're saying meme coins aren't running right now? I haven't looked. I can look, but seems like I just posted this, or I talked about it on YouTube. 1 second. Make sure to watch the YouTubes. Yeah, this one, FKX. This thing took off. What did FKX do? 31%. Timing those, because nobody else. Timing those, it's real simple. Just watch the end of the video, and most of the time the coin doesn't even move, and then all of a sudden more people start watching it. Because if you look at YouTube views, you're at 500 views, and then the next hour you're at 1,000 views, and like people are watching it over time and they're buying slowly, right? And so yeah, I had a lot of thank yous on this one. This is such a good cup and handle. Let me clean this up a little bit. I want to retest on this coin. If Bitcoin pulls back, and you get a retest, this thing can go much higher. That's your best entry right here. Yeah, Labs was a cakewalk. Oh, Chris, they ran up 70% plus since yesterday alone. Oh, the little, like, yeah, the little meme coins. I have so much to keep up with. That is important to acknowledge that there's a new mini meme coins. So Jesse asked about the high coins. The high coins basically is just people are selling pieces of NFTs, and you're buying a piece of an NFT. That's all it is. Like this space is constantly trying to develop things that you will buy and find value in. That's new. And that's what I'm saying. Like the coins that are going to do 20 and 30 and 50x, they don't even exist yet. AI is going to have a strong run. There'll be, you know, these small meme coins apparently are doing extremely well. ARB, didn't really mess with ARB. Let me go through these questions real quick. Someone asked about standardizing charts to be like Joe's that show entry, stop loss, take profits. Just know that my stop loss is going to be different than anybody else's because my risk tolerance is different than anybody else's. If I'm trading on KuCoin, which rarely happens, I am setting an alert because your stops will get skipped a lot. There's not enough liquidity on a lot of those coins. Take profits is simple. All you do is, where are people going to take profits? And we'll just look at, let me go to Labs. Why are all these lines here? The take profits are the resistance levels. See this resistance level where you've got, see these long wicks? Look at this. The price action double topped here, tweezer topped, right? And then double topped again. It can't break above this level. These resistance levels are the take profit levels. People take profits at resistance. A lot of times, if you're smart and you're a good trader, you take profits before the resistance. You front run everything, right? This is like chess. You have to think quite a few moves ahead. You know, there's a bunch of, eventually there's going to be a bunch of new money in here and they're not going to have a clue and it's going to be easy to take their money and we're all going to get rich. That's coming. It's going to happen. 2024 is going to be ridiculous. Now is the time to make as much money as we can for the amazing run up. I mean, it's great. I mean, I bought Bitcoin at $1,000, right? I started out where you guys, well, some of you guys don't have very much money to work with, and I didn't either. Started out buying Bitcoin at $1,000. And then it goes to 5,000 and I'm up almost 5x. And then next thing you know, I'm in Florida with my family and China bans Bitcoin for the 90th time. Which I think is just China shorting the market. Anyways, I'm on the floor in the middle of the night loading up and I got a bunch of Bitcoin at $3,500. And then Bitcoin continues to run higher and higher and higher. And I mean, it's moving $1,000 and $2,000 in a day. And it runs up to 20,000. But I didn't have very much money. Right? Well, then I'm listening to YouTubers buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And I'm buying the downtrend. I'm buying 18,000, 16,000, 14,000. Next thing you know, I'm losing a bunch of money. And I'm like, there is no way this is how this is supposed to be done. There's no way. There's no way these Wall Street tycoons are sitting in multi-million-dollar houses buying the dip on a downtrend. People say scale in as you go lower. I do not scale in as price action goes lower. I wait till the reversal and I start buying the uptrend. Right? And so I do not buy the dip on downtrends. Really what happened, I went in, it was like the walk of shame. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I went into my bank, I got 3,000 and put it, I wired it to an exchange, and that 3,000 plus some money that I had made, Bitcoin dropped to $6,500 within a month and a half of its all-time high, 19, and this is in 2017, 19,700. Well, I got real close to the bottom, 6,800, I think I got. The bottom was 6,500, and then it ran up to 11,000, and I think I got out at about 10,000-ish. Okay, so I made a chunk, and I said, ding, 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 aha moment. There's something to this. And I'm working, regular job, going to work every day, and then I get a job working from home. And so I'm at home every single day, and I'm studying, trying to figure out how to trade. And I'm watching stock traders, and I'm watching stock traders, and I'm watching stock traders constantly. And I began to put the video series out, the original video series out, and learned RSI. I took RSI alone by itself in the bear market of 2018, and I quit working because you'd see coins, and I called it double-digit red days, right? You could go back through the announcements and you could see all of this stuff. I remember one time Vechain was down 40%. Vechain was down 40%. And I did not manage risk very well. And I put a lot of money in Vechain, and I did real well. I 3x'd Neo, and I did very well because I was going all in. I really recommend you, especially if you're trading with leverage, split your bags, have 3 bags, 3 separate bags. So if you blow up a bag, you got another one. Trading with leverage, right? But I'm buying RSI oversold bounces, right? And I'm killing it. And there's videos on this. And then we started running all the news, all the main nets, test nets, right? We learned that you could make a ton of money and so Tron testnet, we freaking killed it. But then the main net, I've got like a ridiculous amount of money in Tron mainnet, and Bitcoin completely dumps. The only green coin, and it was like 0.1 green, 0.1% green. The only green coin was TRX. And so I didn't make any money, but everybody else got completely wrecked. And I was like all in TRX. And so there's just some things that happened, and I got lucky. And then the biggest trade of my lifetime at that point was when the panic situation crash happened. And I loaded up because I used to buy BNB for $3 and $4, right? And then it went up, and I used to trade it a lot. And everybody was using Binance back then, but I loaded up on BNB at $9. bought $9 BNB. It ran to $600. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I started selling at about 100 slowly, and then I sold 125, and then 150, then 200, then 250. It ran up to 600, and you can't beat yourself up for 20 and 30x gains, right? You know what that did to my life, to my portfolio? I remember it's like Monopoly money, all these zeros, and I'm living in a trailer, and I buy a new Infinity, and it's sitting out in front, and I'm like, I just had this moment. It was like surreal. It was just like this silence. And I look at the trailer, and I look at the car, and I'm just like, this is the nicest car I've ever owned. And it just hit me. I'm like, this is legit. This is how I'm going to do it. This is the way I'm going to change my life forever. And then I went on to start this trading group and teach other people the simplistic ideas that I had. And now it's become more complex and more advanced, and we've grown together. And that's one thing that's made this group very strong, is teamwork makes the dream work. And so always look into the VIP group. Only certain people are allowed to post in VIP. They have to be very good. And then in altcoins, some people, I beg them to post in VIP, and they're like, I don't want people to get wrecked. And it's always up to Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin going to do, right? And that's always a given. So when you look at these setups, it's like, well, what's Bitcoin going to do? But I'm just telling you, it's going to get to a point where Bitcoin is going to trend higher for a year or more. Macro trend, year and a half. And every single long setup over time, if it dips and you just wait or buy more, you are going to make a ridiculous amount of money. Like, you won't even believe the amount of money you'll make. Like, you won't even believe. I mean, I know some very, very successful doctors and very successful lawyers, very successful people. And in a couple of years, I've made more than they'll make in 10 lifetimes put together. Like, try to even just, it's like Monopoly money. It doesn't even seem real. It doesn't even seem real. You go to the Lamborghini place, you take your, bank statement, you walk in, and I got a guided tour for an hour at Ferrari in Orlando. And it doesn't even seem real. And I want you guys to get to the same point. That's why I do this every day. That's why I make sure group's running good. Joe's in a good mood. Just give him a call, have him come by. Make sure, Trip's running good. Make sure Rob's in a stellar mood. Make sure, the charts are getting posted. And I just want you guys to have what the opportunities that I have. It's not about the money, it's about the freedom. And I've chose to work to change other people's lives, because that's what makes me feel good. My heart. So just know that you've got a group of admins that care about your success, truly, truly care. Joe's going to send you a 5-minute freaking video on a question that you ask, or he's going to talk to you for a 17-minute sound bite. And I'm like, Joe, post it in a video, get it in group. Like, Joe, he hits me up and he's like, Chris, thank you so much for believing in me. If you read his messages, he's like, thanks. This is the best. I can never imagine being this happy. I moved him from Texas, and I just knew that he was one that I wanted him on the team permanently forever. And you want to surround yourself with good people in life. And that's the most important thing. We're going to make a ton of money. Don't worry. If you haven't made a ridiculous amount of money, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We are really good at finding the money flow. There's going to be a DeFi season. There's going to be an AI. AI is going to be crazy, right? There's going to be an AI season. There's going to be, but we got to go to Bitcoin dominance. And this is the indicator that tells you when altcoin season is happening. And so this right here, we had large caps altcoins take off. Oh, you're going the wrong direction. Bitcoin season. All right. Look at the daily. Some of this stuff up real quick. If this thing breaks out, you're going to see a big, huge move out of Bitcoin, most likely to the upside. And it will pull a lot of altcoins higher, but it will crush most altcoins, 20-30% losses, right? Bitcoin takes off and people FOMO into Bitcoin. And that's how the cycle starts. It's people, oh, Bitcoin's taking off. Now we've got, banking crisis. We've got all kinds of things that are outside the normal skill set that we've practiced over the years. A lot of things are happening differently. So how will that play in? And so we've done a very good job we know when the moves are going to happen. And normally I'm not going to sit in a trade, a big trade, when inflation is going to come out, right? That's just not a move I'm trying to play. I'm not trying to play news. Most stock traders are going to tell you the same thing. So don't get frustrated right now. Like, this is not what it's going to be like. This is the work you have to put in to change your life forever. And if it takes a year and a half, which is about where we're at for the next ultimate bull run rally, and this thing could go right here to 30 or 40,000. Just depending. It's got to break 30,000, man. There's a ton of sellers. If this is what we say, if this is your high and this is your low and this is a lower high, then, do the math. But this thing breaks out above here, you're putting in a higher high and we're going much higher. Okay. So this will be, it just always look at, because it foreshadows the next move. So if you get a higher high, then really the best long would be a pullback to this, which would be your higher low, right? But you could buy the breakout. You bought the breakout here, you got trapped. Okay, big deal. You closed it and then you shorted it. If you don't trade both ways yet, you will. Don't worry. There's videos on it. Because when the bulls get trapped, they get punished. Let's see, a bear trap. This right here was a ridiculous bear trap right here. Bears got completely trapped. And they got wrecked. Just remember, if you get one thing out of this video, one thing. The major moves in crypto happen and they trap the majority. But you have to be able to flip quickly and counter trade the move, right? So you got to be able to change your bias quickly. As soon as this was regained, I'd open it up along and went long. And not so much in Bitcoin. However, when Bitcoin dominance is pumping so hard, it's Bitcoin season. And you can make, there'll be, on the top 100, there'll be 5 altcoins that are outpacing Bitcoin. Right? And so are you going to be able to find one of those 5? Or do you just, sometimes it's easiest just to stay in Bitcoin. So I'm super excited about our future. Super excited about everything we've got going on in the background. Super excited about our team. I'm super excited about the next year and a half. I just want to get together with you guys. Last bull market, TMJ was really bad. I kind of lost a year of my life. I couldn't really talk. Still can't chew food. Working on that right now, but maybe I'll do some stem cells and get better. But I really want to meet you guys, and we'll do meetup in Vegas. I think at this point it's a little bit easier than a cruise. We'll do a meetup in Vegas and just have a good time. Okay, so questions. Leverage group, we're still working out the kinks, right? I need to have a very close to perfect product where there's one person, well, it's actually going to be like 2 or 3 because people have to sleep. And so when they're sleeping, and so we're getting closer. The app's getting closer. There's going to be a lot of new ways to make money in that are taught in the group, and tools that can be used. And I lost a year of my life, of my working life. Right? I mean, I had a headache and couldn't talk for a year. And it started getting better and better and better and better. And now, at least, like, it'll hurt me after this session, right? But I've got a very good doctor, and I can take some medicine at night, and I'll wake up and it will reset. And I think my health made me realize everything could end in a second. You could drive to the corner store and everything could just, life could end. Life is precious. Make every moment count. And so I'm doing a really good job right now. My pond is like my oasis. I'm actually looking at getting another pond dug on the other acre on the other side of me. I'm just going to put giant catfish in it, and just like, this will be my country house. And this is just, fishing is just something that I love. And I've had to find out what you don't get so swallowed up in this market that you lose yourself. Because I let this thing swallow me up in 6 years. And I mean, it was worth it on a financial level, but destroyed. Very toxic family, relationships destroyed, girlfriends destroyed, friends, relationships destroyed. So keep, stay balanced. Just don't make the same mistakes I have. Now, Bitcoin here, you've got, this is the 2 hour, but you see you got a bullish MACD cross, and it's happening above, that this is the 0 line right here that I marked, right? That's the 0 line. So you got a bullish MACD cross above the 0 line. And these are lagging indicators, right? These are lagging indicators. Your stochastic's headed higher, your RSI is headed higher, but you're at your sell level, okay? So Sunday night, Monday morning, futures are going to open. We're going to see some movement out of Bitcoin, and I want you guys to be ready for this. Let's go to the daily real quick. I don't mean to get off on these tangents, but if you guys just knew how much I care about your success, like it would blow your mind, right? This was the bull trap. This was the bull trap. But you got your high, your low. You need a higher high. If you do not put a higher high, you could come down. Hopefully you double bottom. But I don't like, look at this. Look at this. Let volume be your guide. And if we mark it, Alt V, right? It broke this resistance level. And so that's good. That's positive. If it comes back down, I want it to either come here and bounce. But right now, you've just bullishly retested the 21 on the daily. You're testing resistance at, there's a bunch of sellers here, but Bitcoin can break through this. You've got a bullish MACD cross here. RSI is facing higher, stochastic's facing higher. I mean, there's bullish signs, but futures is going to open, and stocks, what are they going to look like? So somebody asked about someone said made 6K in a day and then I lost half of it the next day. Yeah, you got to, with leverage, you've got to use small amounts. Like use $50. Use $50 until you're a very, very good bot trader. Don't even consider leverage. Let's see. About to rain here, and I'm adding another 8 inches of water to my pond, filling up. Listen, I'm negotiating the best deals I possibly can for us as a group. Strength in numbers. The more people that we have sign up that are members of our group, the more they will do. And we'll get, there's a level where I can get us to half price fees. And so I really want to get there. So see on this breakout real quick, you got, I hate these little circles. Let's see. They show news and whatnot. Have you seen these? Pepe surpasses SHIB in trading volume. And your admins are going to be real good in group about that. you've got there's a volume spike down here. You want to see, and I drew this dotted line. And it seems to be coming down here to this level to retest it. Don't move the level. Retest it. And so if it runs up here, again, there's a group of sellers stacked right here. When there's just keeps getting hit, eventually you're going to run out of sellers and buyers win, right? And then this thing goes to the next level by level. Just be ready. I'm going to keep you guys updated all day. I love you guys. I'm put my heart and soul into this group because I want, like, truly, if you guys have been in this group for any period of time, you know me well enough. Like, truly, I want your success. I want to hear, I live vicariously through your success stories because I can't even believe it. And I want you all to end up, I want just Wall of Fame, just nonstop. I've already got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds that need to be printed out. And I'm going to I'll build a, maybe not really like a barn dominium, but for cars, right? And just have some cars and have everybody's just life-changing stories. Like, I want to change as many lives as possible. Don asked, do we share ideas on car dominium? Exactly. Yeah, MEXC, it's one of those things right now. Okay, KuCoin is good for spot, and MEXC, they've got 260 coins you can trade with leverage. And don't go over there and start with huge amounts if you've never traded with leverage before. And I'm working on, there'll be some, tomorrow I have a meeting with a team over there, and I like to form good relationships with the exchanges. The owner of Bolsa DX is a friend of mine. He was in the group when it first formed. He started off with $1 million and didn't necessarily know what he was doing and ended up with $500,000. And then finally, I put him in a brotherly headlock. And he's all the time, he's got a private jet, and he's like trying to fly me to, he's like, dude, let me fly meet you. I'll take you out for dinner. Let me fly meet you. I'll take you out for dinner. And I'm like, man, I'm so busy. He wanted to do a crypto TV channel out of Atlanta studios. And I was like, I don't think I'll do my own thing. And anyways, he's a good guy, and he's always looking for the next best thing. He also owns a company that, out of the top 5,000 fastest growing companies in the United States, it was number 7. It grew 14,000%. So Bolsa DX is a good exchange to trade on as well. I trade there. You can trade large amounts. You've got Binance liquidity. But MEXC is looking like a viable option for leverage. A lot of people like it, easy to use, there are a lot of good things about it. So, give it a try. Small amounts, do not get wrecked. Bitcoin punch through this guy and let's go to much higher prices. We're ready. But remember, it's going to be Bitcoin season, because Bitcoin, when Bitcoin slows down on moves higher, then the altcoins will run, and the weekends can be some of the best trading there is, right? So kind of all of this, just try to digest all these new ideas. And if you're new and you didn't understand a lot of this, that's okay. This is like learning French. It's a new language. Once you learn the language, you will dominate this market, because the new people that don't know French, they will come in here and hodl, diamond hand everything, not take profits. They'll ride everything to the top, and they do not ride. They ride everything to the bottom. There is no glory in diamond handing. I'm a hodler. Oh, you paper hands. Oh, you paper hands this. You paper hand. I'm like, dude, paper hand. Smart traders sell quickly and take small losses. Diamond hands ride these things into the dirt. These, I'm telling you, every cycle, these altcoins die off. And there'll be a whole new batch of coins. And we'll make sure you're in the right coins. We have a DeFi season. Yeah, we'll keep you updated in announcements, and we're super hyped. Make sure to tell your friends about it. If you have, you know, if you family, kids, teach them how to trade. That's going to make them good. That's going to help you a lot, because you're going to find yourself going to Google and you're like, well, let me make sure I'm 100% right on this. And, you know, the patterns, you got to print the patterns out, memorize the patterns. You need to know and understand everything. The patterns don't have to be perfect. A lot of times, like this is really like shoulder, head, shoulder, right? It could have been drawn a ton of different ways, but it's more of an art than a science. Okay, I'm about to jump off here so I can give my jaw a break. I love you guys. Thank you so much. We've got a big month ahead coming. I'm so excited for next month. It's going to be crazy. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much.